for your presentation.
Yeah.
It is very well elaborated and very clarified.
Yes.
But how ready are we? How ready is Kenya to get involved in this? The other question is, do you have people, investors, who are ready to get involved?
Yeah, you see, how ready are we? The first question you need, and I think the guys actually doing the technology can answer. As it is, something like Bitcoin is very energy intensive. They say that it uses the same amount of energy as is used by, I think, Ireland to run those small, the units. Yeah? We need to think of ways that we can adopt it in ways that we can manage. We don't want to make Masinga Dam bring all its energy just for one project, right? Yeah? So I think those are the questions that we have to go behind. But I spoke with some techies who work at IBM, and they said that you can even have a blockchain of 4 people with a little computing power. Bitcoin has all the computing power because there's so many transactions that are happening. Once you understand it, that can be between me and you, we can even make private blockchains. We can make small ones. If it's the land registry, we can have a tiny one that just handles land management issues. So I think for your first question, I think that covers it. The second one?
The second one, are there investors?
Are there investors? Of course there are
who are ready to get involved?
Oh yeah, there are people.
For example, if I have a project
Yeah.
and I'm interested in this blockchain,
Yeah.
and I require I require to partner with an investor.
Oh yeah, there are quite a number.
So that we can achieve capital investment, equitable capital investment.
Of course.
We have investors who are ready.
Yeah, VCs are ready to look at, venture capitalists are ready to look at you. Can you code? Can you bring use cases that can work? Things like insurance. Can you reduce the amount of money that
Agribusiness. Agribusiness.
Agribusiness, of course, agribusiness. IBM is currently doing, they're doing a research, not even research, they're actually doing trading, where they're actually moving goods from Kenya, I think, to Amsterdam. It's avocados, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. So IBM. So it's actually, all these use cases are actually there. People are actually trading, not even trading, people are actually delved into it to see how is it that we can make our systems work faster. Do you know how it is to ship? CG, you need the bill of lading, you need what? You need a number of documents, then the port of call once you get there. Supposing we just removed all these contracts and we had a trusted system that can allow me to move my goods from Kenya to the market, say in whichever country it is. And I think this opportunity that blockchain offers. Yeah.
I have a question. I like the way you presented the applications.
Yeah.
Now as a lawyer, because in the blockchain, where I see the layers of smart contracts, I see you've not spoken much about the smart contracts, and also on the bits. I would also like you to speak on the bits of logistics. I've seen you going into e-citizen now, all the government runs and the bureaucracy. They tend to make it efficient. Now, as opposed to blockchain technology being an incremental kind of innovation, a bit about now disruption, because that's where I think the value proposition to investors and also to the society at large comes along. So for me, I want to learn more about smart contracts,
Yes.
a bit opinion on smart contracts, logistics, and then I don't know if you understand the exchange, how the exchanges work, and where the lawyers can be placed as a layer in the exchanges, because Mt. Gox does things to get lost and everything. See, I'll give an example of how Mt. Gox failed, how it collapsed, and I think it was based in Japan, and the issues, the implication it had on the Japan kind of government. Then the last thing, which is a bit of, you have spoken about hackers, you not spoken about the government. And
samurai and dark coin.
I bring now the aspect of escrow, e-commerce escrow, which is, I think it's a topic on its own, but I would like to talk about this.
Wow, give me a very big potato to swallow, and I'll try. Yeah, so why I don't want to talk about, I'll tell you about smart contracts. What smart contracts are is, I think you saw that that's why I didn't mention it much. It was in the video, where there's consensus agreement. where you don't need to go to a central registry, because I've written a contract that between me and you, and there's consensus, such that if something changes, it introduces fraud, it introduces, based on the blockchain technology, it creates a sort of like seamless way of doing things. But as lawyers, it's really shaken up things. In the insurance industry, we used to have, say, 300,000 contracts. Can you imagine how many legal hours those used to take? There's some where it's been taking up to even 10 seconds. Because you have contracts being given to each and every other person. The computer can say that, yes, we're going to issue this out and all that. But yeah, it's changing how things are happening. Even in Kenya, I'll tell you that there are even law firms that are using artificial intelligence to do something known as due diligence. Work that used to take a month. I think for lawyers, personally, I'm scared. I want you to keep doing your dumb contracts so they can keep getting a coin or two, right? And then the other question was?
The other question was about logistics.
Logistics. Yeah. I had sort of like given the example that has been, the only use case that I know about that's being carried out, where smart contracts and blockchain technology is being utilized to move goods from one country to another seamlessly, where we're creating trusted value more than even before. Can you imagine if we had that, and it would solve so many scandals in Kenya. We have maize scandals, you don't know where the maize has come from. We have sugar scandals. Yeah? It would create a lot of openness and clarity. And then the other issue was in regards to exchanges. The solution to exchanges is adopting KYC traditionally as we knew it, but bringing in a technology twist. Because I think for me the mischief can be sorted out at the exchange point of view. And usually we like calling it the cash out point. You can do all you want to do out there in regards to moving funds, stealing money from somebody's wallet. But at the end of the day, the mischief can be found at the exchange point, where now you have KYC and due diligence. But I recently saw a very interesting way in which the hackers are going about it. Do you remember the recent attack on institutions, yeah? The ransomware that recently happened. Now these guys have come up with a way in which the funds are popped from one wallet to the other to the other. I'm looking for the video, maybe I can hope to share it with you. They move it from so many wallets. It actually looked like a spider web. Such that by the time at the end of the day you're trying to get who is it that actually had this money, technology is good, but it also comes with very interesting problems. And I'll show you this is one of those. Because that's actually the biggest challenge. Because it's bounced back. You know, like you bounce back from this server to this server to this server, such that you can't know who had this money initially. It's like money laundering on steroids. Remember we used to have layering, the placement, and the whatnots? Now this one is being done through computers and technology. I don't know, we need to have very serious signatures implanted.
Same way lawyers are preparing shell companies.
Shell companies, yeah. We have shell. I also wanted to talk about the dark web. Yes, we have a dark web. We have things like samurai and the dark, and there's another name, the dark coin, I think, where people who are not doing very genuine things are able to move money. Such that today we can decide, we can make Kobo a Nigerian coin. Sorry to use that statement. Yeah, but can you imagine? There are people who are actually doing that. And the thing is, as long as you're sure, you know how value works. You trust that this piece of paper is worth something. Such that when I come to you, you'll give me real money for it. And that's exactly what crooks are doing. They've come up with their own cryptos. Because you Bitcoin guys go to exchanges, and when you're cashing out, I'll need to give my ID. So they've come up with their own coins, which they can cancel out against. Yes. And finally, escrow. Well, I'm not going to pretend to be that learned in that area. Yeah, but maybe escrow, just maybe the same way it works in normal escrow, where we come together and we put money to, and that is exactly what they're using to perpetrate the fraud. Because you see how an escrow account works is that I'm Rosemary, and maybe we have Linda and somebody else. We put the money here, and then we see that on this particular day, we're gonna divide the money amongst ourselves. That's the mischief that is being utilized by people who are undertaking fraud in cryptocurrency, where we all come put money together in a wallet that maybe handles money for about 100 people, and then we distribute it to another 100 people, who distribute to another 100 people. In a sort of diagram, can you see how that is going? It becomes a maze in a web, such that for you to go back and have a trail of the coins, you can't. And maybe these are some of the solutions that we need to think about in terms of even adoption of blockchain technology, and especially for cryptos. How are we going to handle this? Because at the end of the day, we're still humans. We still have real world problems like theft. And we need to find that if somebody steals from me, how can I get them? The way for technologists, people who are actually doing this kind of work, is when are you going to offer real world solutions with the technology that you have? Are you going to have more stricter keys, more, I don't know, what is it that's going to be done so that maybe we can calm everybody down? Such that one day we can even have regulators who say, fine, we accept Bitcoin and those kind of things.
Who regulates the cryptocurrency?
No one. It's open source. It's open source.
Governance? How is it governed?
No,
No, it is
no, you.
Here, your question?
Yeah, so Stanchart implemented the payment platform for Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So I just want to know your own opinion in terms of what's the role of bank into the cryptocurrency, and then looking in terms of, at the same time, even if they implement, there's also the regulatory body like CBK, who is now overseeing these other small banks.
Yeah, because you see, a bank wants to make money.
Yes.
And that's what financial institutions do. If the money has moved away from the paper, it has gone to the technology.